Good evening. Happy Monday, everyone. We are live. Instagram, YouTube, and LinkedIn, bringing in TikTok. 3, 2, 1. We're doing the January book giveaway for Nursing Aesthetics, an introductory guide for nurse practitioners and entrepreneurs. You had the chance to put new in the comments last week, and today we're doing the big announcement. Hello, Instagram. Happy New Year, everyone. I missed you all. Remember we went live last month doing several live videos, 6 of them actually, on financial literacy for cosmetic and P's. You can catch all of those replays on LinkedIn, but also on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist called Money, and makes it real easy. You can watch all of them. We're going to be continuing our conversation about financial literacy for cosmetic nurse practitioner entrepreneurs specifically tonight and all year, in fact. So I'm just going to go one more minute, get you guys in here, and then we'll do the big announcement. As soon as you join, let me know in the comments where you're joining me from. And then let me make sure I can see. I want to thank you all, those of you who participated. Hi, Jen R. You know what this proves? It proves that just like anytime someone's trying to give something away, whether it's a scholarship, a grant, or a book, everyone always counts themselves out before they even count themselves in. And so your chances of winning tonight were pretty high. Welcome, welcome. Knowledge Seeker. We're doing the January announcement for the book giveaway, Nursing Aesthetics, an Introductory Guide for Nurse Practitioner Entrepreneurs. Last week, everyone had the chance to put new in the comments and participate. You were invited to put new on as many platforms as possible to increase your chances of winning. Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok. And those of you who are on the email list, you could have responded there too. And so tonight we're going to do the giveaway, 30 more seconds. Wish I had a little countdown clock. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Hi. Carmen, I can't really see that far. But let me know in the comments where you're joining me from. What city are you all in? 20 more seconds, then we'll do the big announcement. The big announcement is the January book giveaway. And look, if you didn't get a chance to participate, that's okay. We're going to do this every single month. That's right. 12 book giveaways. And this book in particular is special. This is my personal copy. It's the first copy that I bought when the book was published last year. And I'm signing every single one of them. And I'm putting a special message in there for you. And they're all going to be numbered 1 through 12. And if you can't wait till February, you can head on over to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or wherever books are sold, and you can buy a copy. You can gift a copy. I'm sure you know someone who would love to get into aesthetics. It's a very popular specialty. I really would love to know the numbers on the other specialties because this one seems like it's the most popular, but that's all I know, so I don't know. Okay, time is up. So I'm going to so TikTok, you won't be able to see unless you head over to Instagram, YouTube, or LinkedIn. I did put the name generator in here. And so I'm going to put this on the screen and we're going to see the winner together. There we go. All right. It's spinning. And the winner is the Glam Lux Society on TikTok. In fact, TikTok, you had the most entries. You were the most engaged. And look, you can see right here what your chances were for winning. I want to thank all of you, Dr. Miriam Rabu, Lexia, Luna, Miss V, and Stephanie from TikTok, specifically for joining and participating. And go in the comments, everyone congratulate the Glam Lux Society. I'm going to go in your DMs and let you know what to do next. But pretty much what's going to happen is I'll put my email in there. You'll tell me your address, and I'll put this book in the mail this week. And like I said, we're doing a book giveaway. So the first of every month, that's when the book giveaway starts. I'll announce how many days you have to put that special word in the comments. on all my platforms. And then we'll announce a winner and you'll receive a copy. Your copy will be signed by me with a special message and a number. This way you'll know where you were in the lineup by the time the year is over. So again, I want to thank everyone for participating. And if you want to join the email list, you just go over to mahoganydermatology.com. So now it's our church announcements. So tomorrow we have a new article coming out on the blog by Emily Chow. She's one of our contributing authors for the blog. Now, Emily she's the founder of the Sun podcast. Emily is only a junior in high school. And what I love about Emily's story, yes, she's out there promoting the importance of sun protection for teenagers. But what I love about working with Emily is she does not have a degree. She does not have a certification. Emily doesn't have a diploma, but she has a voice and she recognizes the power of using her voice to solve a problem that she identified. So many of you are in analysis paralysis. You have all the degrees, all the certifications, 20 years of experience, and you're still doubting your ability to make a difference. You're still waiting for someone to validate you, to give you a job, to hire you, to say you're good enough. You don't need any of that. Emily is proof of that. She's an entrepreneur. She hasn't even graduated yet. So her article comes out tomorrow. And then on Thursday, it's my biggest article of the year. It's the whole reason we even wrote this book. Why did I write this book? So there's a big trend of people going in cosmetics, but we have no background. You go to any nursing school, any NP school, that's not the foundations. The foundations are not cosmetics or dermatology. So what happens, you say, okay, you know what? I'm burnt out from wherever I am. I'm going to do this thing that seems like it's less stressful and it makes more money. I'm making these assumptions. Or maybe I know someone who's living that life, but I'm making assumptions that it's for me now, and I haven't identified why I'm doing it. Now, what do? You go to the group chat and you ask for advice, and the group chat tells you to go do this Botox course. That's literally the advice everybody receives. It's literally the same advice. You go spend $2,000 and you follow the advice of the group. Now you're surprised that no one will hire you because they want 2 years of experience. They don't even care that you've been a nurse for 20 years. They could literally care less that you have been saving lives in the ER or the ICU. Nobody cares. So you're frustrated. You're still burnt out. You're still stuck in that job that you don't like. So you go they tell you, just keep investing in your training. So you go spend another $2,000. Now you've really spent some money and you're still burnt out. So you go back to the group chat and they say, hey, what do I do now? I'm so frustrated. It's really hard to get a job. No one will hire me. I can't find a mentor. And I spent that $2,000 and I didn't even touch anyone. I barely used the syringe, or I didn't use the syringe at all. I really don't have the confidence yet. And you know what they say? You should do what I did. I started my own business. So you continue to invest more money in taking care of the patient, not even a dime in understanding business. So now you have a salon suite. You signed a lease. It might be 1 year. It might be 3-year lease. And you don't even have you don't even have a clientele. You haven't even started social media and you don't ever show your face. So now you're like, you know what? No one's coming. I invested all this money. I have this beautiful salon suite. It is all the pretty colors. I have a gorgeous logo and I'm here. I'm actually on a great corner, but nobody's coming in. So you think, you know what, if I go get this expensive device, that will attract the people. Even though that I don't know they exist, I'm going to go invest in all this money and buy a device. The people still don't come. Now you're 2 or 3 years in and you're really in some debt. You have more going out than you have coming in. And in cosmetics, the whole play to play, you have to pay to play, spending upwards of $20,000 on product, even though you don't even have 20 clients. And then more than that, you're doing it by yourself. You might even still be working that full-time job. So when that burnout you were experiencing before, it is overwhelming. So now you're going into bankruptcy. That same group chat that you came to and asked for advice, and they told you to do Botox, now you're telling them, hey, anybody want to buy my equipment? I'm selling this place. And sometimes you don't even tell us why you're doing it. And every day, someone's coming in that group chat every single day asking the same question. How do I get started? And we're giving them the exact same advice, but nothing about how to avoid that bankruptcy. My friends, if you didn't know, the whole point of this is to have financial freedom. All of you are in nursing because you thought it was going to make some money. All of you say when you do cosmetics that you're passionate about the skin. And yeah, you might be passionate about the skin, but you also were hoping it was going to make you some money. So we're here to talk about the money. I wrote this book based on that data that I just told you, because going into bankruptcy is avoidable. If you have a good financial literacy base, you can avoid that. It doesn't mean it'll avoid problems. Like nursing doesn't avoid problems. Going into cosmetics or dermatology or business, none of these problems are disappear just because you left another place. I was telling someone today, so often you go to another place, another setting, another specialty, another city, another partner, and you think it's going to be so different just because you physically made a change. But you mentally have to make a change. Literally, there are problems everywhere. Whether you're an RN, a CNA, an NP, you get your doctorate, you're going to have problems. It's not about avoiding problems, it's learning how to solve them. It's learning how to speak up, how to negotiate for yourself, how to position yourself, how to identify your value, how to find ways to keep each other in business. That's why the next two videos on my YouTube channel are going to be about negotiation. In fact, if you follow on the Melanin Initiative podcast, fall of 2024, we did a whole panel with Tanae. Tanae at the time was trying to decide if she wanted to be a doctor, an NP, or a PA. And we did our first panel for the podcast. Me, a nurse practitioner, Dr. Constance Foreman, a physician, and Dr. Shiloh Reyes, a PA. And we just answered her simple questions. And I'm proud to say that she chose nursing. And fast forward a year later, Tanae just graduated. And now she has her first nurse tech job, right? While she waits to take her NCLEX. She already agreed to a certain compensation. Okay. And that's done. But I am trying to save Tanae before she agrees and signs a contract for her actual nursing position. I'm trying to save all you guys. So we're going to go on the YouTube channel and we're going to talk about how Tanae should position herself. You confuse the compassion and care that your professors had for you with this job you're about to apply for. Once you leave that nursing school, you're on your own. You're prey. You cannot assume that people care about you. They care about growing their business. Now, look, think about yourself. You're thinking about having a business. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking about getting away from burnout. You're literally only thinking about yourself. If I sat with you for 30 minutes, you would only tell me how good this is for you. Not one time would you ever tell me how good it is for your employees. You are the employee. That's the experience you're having. Your employer doesn't care about you. Now, it's your job as the employee to tell them that's their job, right? That's part of your job. Just like our patients, it's part of their job to ask for the care they need. So with Tanae, we're going to walk through how to set herself up for this interview she's going to have. Tanae is just like you. Tanae doesn't think she has anything to offer because she's a new grad. You don't think you have anything to offer because you're new to cosmetics and you're new to dermatology. And so you're selling yourself short. But the truth is, if I'm a business owner, I need help, right? If you stay consistent and persistent, your business will grow. And when it grows, you're going to need help. I have a full-time life. I have a full-time job, and I'm trying to build a business on the side. All of those things take 24 hours in a day. I can't do it all by myself, but you're trying to do it by yourself. That's the problem, because you don't like people. Despite nursing being a profession of people, you say you don't like them. You lack trust because you've been burned so many times. We've been burned by a lot of things, but we still do them. But for some reason, when it comes to growing a business that's sustainable, as soon as we get burnt, we don't want to do it again. So we say, you know what? We're just going to cap our success and we're just going to do it all ourselves. And do it all ourselves. That means taking care of the patient, cleaning up the room, answering the phones, problem solving, hiring, firing, marketing, managing the books, and actually having time to think about how to expand and grow the business. It doesn't make sense when you say it out loud. And if the business is thriving, guess what's suffering? Probably your home life, that relationship, those people who went through all those years of school with you, who waited till you took those exams, who waited till you finished orientation, who waited till you switched specialties, who waited for you to finish that contract. They sacrificed right with us. And they're watching you now sacrifice as you try to start this business. And you're just telling them, hey, just wait a little bit longer, wait a little bit longer. So yeah, your business is thriving, but your health is failing. You're gaining weight, your blood pressure is high, you can't sleep. You're overeating, your A1C is out of control. Your skin is having its own little launch on the side. It's not worth it. And it's not the only way. Just like Botox isn't the only answer. And just like patients are not the only people who can give you money. If you are a nurse, you have so many skills. And it's not about what you're passionate about, it's what you're good at. You might be passionate about the skin, but you might be exceptional at organization. Most of you are very anal. Most of you are OCD. Most of you have to have everything checked with all your color codes and everything in line. As a business owner, I would pay thousands of dollars for that. But you're selling yourself short because you're so focused on the fact that you don't know cosmetics. And so you're not getting paid. You're getting paid like you don't know something. Don't tell me what you don't know. Tell me what you do know, what you can help me with. Because whether that person is making their first 10,000 or their next 10 million, they need help. And you have to actually convince that employer, because they still might have an employee mindset. They just lucked up and now they have a successful business, but they haven't made the mind shift. So even you have to tell them, yes, I have clinical experience taking care of patients, but what you really need help with, I excel at. Helping you grow this business, establishing strategic partnerships, keeping a team that is of exceptional talent, making sure we take really good care of them. I'm actually really good at that. And this thing I'm passionate about can just be my hobby on the weekend. And then you can get paid, and that business stays in place. And when the business stays in place and the doors stay open, guess what? The patients get the care they need from the people they want to get it from when they want to get it. Isn't that why we all got into this? You all tell me you got into this because you care, you want to help people. Well, you can help me too. I'm a patient. Nurses are patients too. I need help. I'm a business owner. I need help. Wherever you are, it's the same way, but you have to believe it yourself. You have to be willing to speak up for yourself. It's self-advocacy. You do it for your patients. You're worth it. You're a patient too, my friend, right? So when you go to nursing school, it's only patient care school. They're only telling you how to do one thing. And you think that that's all that anyone cares about you, because that's the only thing you're getting talked to about. Just like when we talk to our patients, when we talk to them about the clinical care, we don't talk to them about their life outside of those walls, but there's more to them than what's happening in that bed right now. Just like there's more to you than taking care of the patient. Nursing school is a business. If it wasn't a business, you wouldn't have to pay anything. Okay? So they're making you pay, and they stay in business by having what they call a good passing rate on boards. They can keep that business open as long as everyone who graduates has a high passing rate. So their whole focus is on boards. Everything else, it doesn't mean it's not important. It just means that that's not their priority. And to be quite frank, there's so much to learn about patient care. Let them do that. All the other things we think nursing school doesn't do and we complain about it, who cares? You go do it. You go fix it. You go start the business that's going to solve that problem. Let nursing school specialize in patient care, because that's what they're really good at. Everything else, we can fix those gaps ourselves. So once you leave that place, everything else you have to keep paying for. You have to keep paying for that license. You have to keep paying for that certification, all 18 of them that you're going to get. It costs money. That DEA license, those CEUs, the hotel, the flight, the professional membership, it all costs money. So you have to ask yourself, what are you doing with it? Because you can have none of those things and still be quite successful. There are a lot of people who have done a lot less, who have done a lot more with a lot less than you have acquired. And that acquire is usually debt and student loans. I come to you telling you my own story. I have 6 figures of debt. I would never tell anyone to do that, because as long as you owe someone else, you cannot build your own wealth, your own future. And that's the whole point of all of this. The whole point of this is to live the life you work so hard for. And you can only do that when you have money and you know how to manage that money. It's not about the money itself, because you'll say, oh, I don't care about the money. Well, you need to care about the money, because wherever you live, they care about the money. In order to run your car, they need money. You want to eat, you got to pay money. You're not going to walk out naked. You need money. So you need money, right? The money is about what it allows you to do. And you need to be able to see that. And it's okay to talk about the money, because it's not just about you. At some point in time, you're going to leave this earth. You're going to leave your business. All this work, you want it to last past you. You have to have a legacy. Yes, even you, whether you're 18, 48, 78, you have a legacy to leave. Nobody's here to take up space. When you leave, you can, just like we want our patients, it's literally just like our patients. Just like we want them to do advanced care planning so that their loved ones aren't struggling with making these really tough decisions that they've never talked about, you can do the same thing for your family when you're financially literate and you have everything in place. Just like our patients, we can't wait till the last minute to get it done, because the world says tomorrow's not promised, but as a nurse, tonight is not promised. We know that for a fact. Someone that is walking and talking at breakfast is gone by dinner, out of nowhere, right? So there's no putting it off till tomorrow. Think about what you did last year. All the goals that you set in January, think about how many of them you actually accomplished. There is no better time than right now. One of the pastors I follow, he was like, he doesn't do resolutions. He's like, solutions, if they didn't work, why would you redo them? Re-solutions. Don't even think about that. Just think about what you have right now. And don't overwhelm yourself trying to do it all. Find a community who can help you. You don't need to solve all of this by yourself. And if you can't find the community you need, follow my lead. Build the community. You just build it yourself. I promise you, people will come. So Congratulations to the Glam Lux Society and TikTok. Shout out to you guys because you had the most entries. This was our January Nursing Aesthetics book giveaway. We're doing it all year. The next time will be February 1st, as long as it isn't on a Sunday or a Saturday. And then I'll tell you how many days you have to put a word in the comments, and then we'll come on back live, we'll announce it, and we'll do it again every single month. This month, we're launching our financial literacy series for cosmetic nurse practitioners. So stay tuned for that. Thursday is the biggest article of the year. It might be the biggest article of my life. There's a lot of, and we'll close on this point because I can stay here forever. There's a lot of books and resources on self-improvement and finding your zone of genius and what you're passionate about, who you're here to serve, your life purpose. There's a lot of books like that. But when you find that sweet spot, when you actually land there, it is wonderful. So this is just motivation and encouragement for all of you who need a reminder to keep going, to keep putting one foot in front of the other. That's it. It's just one foot in front of the other. And after you do that, just do it one more time and just put that on repeat. Okay, what you see me doing right now, this is me living in my zone of genius. All the things that I went through, you say, hey, would you go back and do anything different? Of course, we would all do something different, but I can't do that. But what I can do is take what I've learned, and I only learned it because of the things I went through, and I am sharing it with you. When you take what I've learned and you put it into practice, it gives my life so much meaning. It makes all of that worth it. And so shout out to you guys who have been following the journey and who have participated in this experiment with me publicly. Speaking of publicly, so tomorrow's Emily's article. Thursday is my biggest article of my entrepreneurial journey. But Monday is the final reflection article from Jade Trevino, the Mahogany Dermatology Nurse Intern for 2025. She has submitted her final reflection. That'll get published on Monday, on Martin Luther King Day. And if you've been looking for inspiration, if you've been looking for motivation, if you've been looking for a sign that you don't need another degree, you don't need another certification, that you are enough, what you have is enough. Jade is a wonderful example of that. Even Jade showed me how much bigger my dream could be. Jade's a registered nurse, okay? And she's launching her own dermatology business because she believes she could. And she committed to just saying yes to something different, and yes to herself. So stay tuned for that. You can always join the email list, so you don't have to worry about catching me on these lives. I know for a lot of you, it's the new year. You might have some new disciplines in place, like limiting how much time you spend on social media. So you don't want to rely on catching my message here. You join the email list at mahoganydermatology.com, and you'll get notified when we do all this stuff. So I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for commenting. Thank you, Dad, for being here. Elver, again, congratulations to the Glam Lux Society and to TikTok. TikTok is the winner. Remember, TikTok has the most engagement. YouTube has the most longevity. LinkedIn is non-negotiable. If you're a medical professional, you have to be on LinkedIn. That's where all the action is. I thank you all for being here, and I'll see you next time.